I'm Darren, and I'm back from Movie Reviews 101 for another review, and I'm going to look at The Dark Tower. Now, The Dark Tower came from a set of books. This is the set of books. Number 1, The Gunslinger. The only one I've actually started to read. I got about halfway through it. 2, we then have The Drawing of the Free. 2. 3, we have The Wastelands. 4 is The Wizard and Glass. 5 is The Walls of the Callier. Then we have just The Dark Tower, number 7. And the final one, number 8, is The Song of Susanna. That's actually the other way around. That's number 7. That's 6. That's 7. Yeah. This film is 90 minutes long. And there's 8 books to get through. I just don't. Let's cut down to the simple story. We have a young boy, early teens, pre-teens I would say, called Jake, living in New York City. He lives with his mum and his stepfather, and he's been having nightmares for a year about a man in black who is doing some experiments to destroy the Dark Tower that will bring about the apocalypse on Earth. Yeah, simple enough. And then one day he has a dream about the gunslinger, the final gunslinger. And he lives locally. So just when he's about to be taken by the rat people, because they're just taking kids, like you do, just borrow them for the weekend and do what you want with them in these other universes. He escapes, finds a portal to this other world, and he meets up with the gunslinger, whose name is Roland, played by Idris Elba, and they go on a mission to stop the man in black, Walter. Why not Walter? Played by Matthew McConaughey, who is a scene stealer in this movie. They have to go to a final showdown. They've had a battle for years. Walter's sorcery powers don't work on Roland, and he's the only person they don't work on. And that's the basic concept. It's them going. We have Jake having to learn about this other world, and then we have Roland having to learn about our world, and stuff happens. It goes the direction you expect it to go, and yeah, Stephen King can put together words in his books that are really descriptive. It almost feels like every Walter scene is the best quote from a Stephen King page. He just says the best quote from it, and it's like, let's let an Oscar winner just be an Oscar winner. You can see that Matthew McConaughey really does like to be the villain, which I think we should see a lot more. Imagine how dark he is in True Detectives, but an evil version of that. That's what he's like in this movie. Idris Elba is fine as the gunslinger. He's sort of in this bit of a curse where when he gets a leading blockbuster role, the film just doesn't click. It's bad luck for him. It's probably going to be the thing that would ever cost him the James Bond gig, because when he's a supporting actor, the film does well. Or it's an indie movie, fantastic. Nomination buzz all the time. But blockbuster movies, they just seem to sink for him, or other things just click, just don't go his way. Not in his control. He does whatever he needs to do to be that leading man, and he's good. The thing with this is, those three, the kids fine, what kids are like. We know we've seen this role before, it's nothing fresh. The supporting cast is just sort of like, we have Frank Kranz, who was in Cabin in the Woods, I believe, who's just tech guy number 1, pretty much. And he just is there at a portal machine saying, we can open the door. We can't open the door. We can't shut the door. That's his role. And in Cabin in the Woods, he was the best thing in that movie by a long way. We have Jackie Earle Haley, who's come back, done wondrous things. He's just lead thug, almost. and it's the same all the way through. There are some really dark moments which don't come off on a 12A, PG-13, depending on which country you're in. And in the end, it's just fine. You just sat there going, I could watch this, but I could watch a lot better, but I've also seen a lot worse. So, and you look at Stephen King, this should have been TV. This should have been Game of Thrones-esque caliber television production. It could have gone on for years with the source material, as you've seen, and we could have had what Game of Thrones is now. It's the talk of everybody's TV is how popular this show is, so why can't we do this with this movie? It would have been fine. Or it's left open for a sequel, which we don't think we're going to get because the box office results are beyond poor. But if you want to just sit and watch an action, I think the categories this worldly has is right. It's an action, adventure, fantasy, horror, sci-fi, western. That's 6 genres you've got to balance as well in a 90-minute movie. And they don't all work. The horror is tame. The western is he uses guns, dresses a bit like a cowboy. The sci-fi is this is Stargate. The fantasy is this is Stargate, with the action being these great gun battles, which are great, fine. I'll give them the credit for that. That is good. And the adventure is what you have. You have a kid who's generically broken, lost his faith in the world because of a loss of a parental figure, and this adventure should develop his character to become a better man in the future. That's all there is to this character, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. And I just feel that this could have been so much more. We have so much potential here. That's the big thing. It's not bad, it's just a failed opportunity to be great. We've had brilliant movies this year for the blockbusters, from greats with standards, like just comic books. They've all been great. The War of the Planet of the Apes, fun, fantastic. We've seen this sort of thing where we've had, if you were to take the source materials, they're not the greatest for detail, and they've produced 2-hour movies plus, I mean, fantastic. We have 8 books, and we have an hour-and-a-half movie that doesn't go anywhere, doesn't do anything original, and could have been anything we wanted, apart from what we got. As I say, can't criticise the acting, but let's just relax and enjoy this one. It's a good late night movie, I think, is the best way to put this. So, let me know what you think of The Dark Tower. Let me know if I should read all these books. There's a lot of them, and I don't like reading. Don't ask why I have all 8 if I didn't even finish the first one. Never mind. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to bring you another review in the future. Thank you for watching.